ability to control the car. The springs are really soft, so the sway bar does most of the work on carrying the loads of these cars through the corner. And you see how crazy things go bad when that thing gives up.
Right.
That truck, he couldn't even remotely drive it.
It distributes the weight evenly across the front. We saw when it was broke, obviously that truck rolled way over on the right.
That's
and
right.
So it was not being distributed evenly for his truck.
The caution's out.
And a caution comes out. That's a good thing for Brett Butler. He stays on the lead lap. Brian Eichler
look at the lucky dog.
Looks like he'll be the recipient of the Aaron's lucky dog.
So that was a great call by that Fuel Doctor crew of Rick Ware's team to get Butler that wave around, put him back on the lead lap. There's only going to be 22 trucks on the lead lap when they go back racing, and now Brett's strategy has worked out perfectly. He can get us some tires and go race these guys.
Brett had a nice, strong top 20 finish last week at Iowa. Getting better and better.
Certainly is. You know, he's a dog trainer by trade. Comes racing on the weekends. His heart's equally distributed. Talk about a sway bar. He loves his dogs as much as he loves his racing, and I think it's really cool he gets to do both. There's some tape on the racetrack. I don't know if that's what precipitated the caution.
A little bit of debris is what NASCAR is telling us is the reason for caution number 3. Debris in turn number 3. The lucky dog will go to Brian Eichler.
Eichler will drive around the field, get back on the lead lap, and he's got a fast truck.
He's been running with some good trucks. He's running with Eric Almirola right now, who is running in the 10th position, so that's about where he lined up in the serial, so we know he has potentially a top 10 truck.
Kevin Harvick has been dominant. Again, he has led every lap but one. He's been out front for 72 of the 73 laps.
Well, we saw a dominant truck last week with Austin Dillon. He looked like he was going to lead every lap early in the going, but he had to survive a green-white checkered and a couple of restarts late in the going to pull off the win. So Harvick's got a lot of work that's ahead of him to win this thing. They're headed to pit road, guys.
Ray Dunlap.
Well, down on my end, I expect the ThorSport trucks to get here first. Matt Crafton talking about a little bit tight through the center for Johnny Sauter. He said early in the run he's really dragging the splitter badly, and it makes it hard to drive. They're going to go up on right front air pressure on 13, and also watch for a little bit of a track bar change. You see Crafton in the middle right there. They're going to do it all by coming down on air pressure on the left side. Now to the front of the pack in the 2 truck.
Top left of your screen, Harvick is in, Ray. He asked his crew chief, Ernie Cope, how good were those last few laps? He said, much quicker. I don't know what you did. Harvick replied, I just wanted to show you how fast it would go. 4 tires, fuel, no changes. They still have a set of tires left. This stop happening at lap 74.
Guys, there's a reason why Kevin Harvick is your point leader in the Sprint Cup Series.
A little bit of pit strategy. Obviously, a lot of either 2 tires or no tires for Eric Almirola. 51, fuel only. We're hearing Austin Dillon with a 3-truck, fuel only. They gain. Jason White, I would think, would be a similar strategy, fuel only.
A little bit of traffic coming off of pit road. Brad Sweet in the 90 comes out.
Yeah, anytime you have differing strategies, Rick, between 2 tires, 4 tires, and fuel only, you're gonna have a lot of traffic on pit road, and you can see how tight it got down there.
Little traffic jam. 51 of Eric Almirola in the Raceway Pharmaceuticals. CampingWorld.com 200 continues next. Wednesday night, Speed Primetime hits the gas with the series premiere of Stealth Rider, followed by a sneak peek at the new season of Pink's All Out. Then it's the series premiere of Intersections. 3 great original series begin Wednesday night, 8 Eastern, only on Speed.
This is really going to be interesting here because Kevin Harvick will restart this race in the 5th position. We know how dominant he's been. He has a few trucks in front of him now. He hasn't seen that before.
This ought to be fun. Watching cut through these trucks, it probably is not going to take long if what we saw earlier is any judge. Jason White up to the 3rd spot.
Out in front of the field, Eric Almirola, Austin Dillon on his outside. They are 1 and 2, coming out of 4 onto the front stretch. Green flag back in the air. Almirola has the preferred line on the bottom.
Eric dives hard into turn 1, grabs the spot, got the lead from Austin Dillon, cleared him.
How about Justin Lofton now going to look to the inside of Austin Dillon in a battle for second.
Battle for second position.
Not only did he dive to the inside of Austin, he also crowded off Jason White, but Jason wouldn't have any of it. Went to the bottom, made him 3 wide, and now he's looking for the second spot. Oh, he's
wide
hit.
for second. Little contact there. It's still Austin Dillon that has the position. Jason White sitting in the third position now as he got into a little contact with Justin Lofton. And moving up is the 15 of Steve Wallace. Jack Smith in the 63 posted for passing before the start-finish line. You can't do that in the new double file restart rules.
Look at these guys.
3 wide. Kevin Harvick to the inside.
3 wide.
Harvick with such a good truck.
Outside.
Moved to the inside of Justin Lofton. Took the position away from Steve Wallace in the 15. Now running in the 4th spot.
He made it look fairly easy, but it's anything but easy for all the rest of this group back here.
The 29 of Brad Keselowski also fighting for position with Justin Lofton.
Look at this wad of trucks all tied together. Mike Skinner down on the inside of Ricky Carmichael. Is that
4 wide coming through St. Louis. How about that one?
Wow.
Can't do that. Oh, but they did.
They tried it.
They can't get it sorted out.
James Buescher in the 31.
Oh, we got a crash.
Ricky Carmichael around and backs it into the outside wall.
Looked like Mike Skinner.
Oh, and cars and trucks flying in there. That was the 6th that came in. That is Jeffrey Earnhardt that made contact after Carmichael came back down the racetrack.
Look at the damage on that 6 truck. That's hard contact.
The right front spring fell out of that truck and rolled into the infield grass.
The whole right front corner of that truck is
Just
gone. It isn't there anymore. See Jeffrey Earnhardt.
The window net down on the 4 of Ricky Carmichael.
That started with contact from Skinner, but I don't know whether Carmichael came down or Skinner slid up. You know, you go into that 3rd turn. We saw it with Mario Goslin earlier in the race. You have a tendency, if you're down on the inside of someone, to get loose.
That's a really flat corner down there, banked about 2 degrees less than 1 and 2.
So Carmichael, after backing the truck into the outside wall, slides back down. The window net is down for Jeffrey Earnhardt.
There was, you know, you expect as a race car driver for a truck like Carmichael's just to stay up on that outside wall. That's what you hope happens. And the truck's all committed to the bottom for that to happen. But, man, not only did he come off the wall, it came off in a hurry.
Slid down the racetrack. That's where the biggest contact was made between the 6. There's Jeffrey Earnhardt climbing out of his number 6 truck. And that's a good sight to see.
Yeah, both those guys look like a trip to the infield care center, and they're going to be fine. He's going to check out the right front corner of that truck and shake his head. I agree, Jeffrey. That's big contact. Let's see what happened, Phil.
Carmichael running in the 15th spot.
Watch this now. There's the 5 of Mike Skinner. He gets into the corner. They make a little contact without a doubt. And that corner is so flat, there's no bank to catch you.
Watch this thing come across the track now, just fast.
Jeffrey Earnhardt had committed to the bottom. He was all the way down on the bottom of the racetrack, just as you mentioned, expecting that truck to probably stay up against the outside wall. See Hornaday go by, the 33 truck.
Second contact between Carmichael and Earnhardt.
There's the contact. You saw the little puff of smoke there. Ricky Hart in the outside wall. Then the wheels are turned hard right. Comes back down. Jeffrey all the way on the grass down there, thinking he was going to be okay.
Saw the 10 of Jennifer Jo Cobb up into the wall as well. She was avoiding on the high side of the racetrack.
Probably got up into some of the marbles and lost grip and ran into the wall with her 10 truck. Looks like some pretty good damage. You can see the right rear corner all buckled in there. So looks like the spoilers even tore loose a little bit. See the spoiler brace. So she's made hard contact.
Bent in on the right rear of that truck.
Looks like it's all behind the tires, so yeah, she's probably going to be okay to continue.
Hornaday on pit road once again, but he is 9 laps down to the field because Ron Hornaday had a problem with his sway bar. And so they had to come onto pit road, and they spent quite a bit of time on pit road working on that, Adam.
And, Rick, they still don't totally have it repaired, and that's the reason they continue to make trips down the pit lane. But what Ron said is he doesn't want something to further break that crashes the truck and tears it up. He likes this piece of equipment, so they want to make sure they do everything they can to keep it in a straight line today, and perhaps they can take it to ORP next week or use it down the line, Ray?
You know, Adam, there's a lot of racetracks that we go to where we'll hear the crew chief say that the track bar is completely buried, as low as it'll possibly go. But today, that's exactly the opposite for James Busher in this Wolfpack Reynolds Chevrolet. He was so tight early on, they've been making big track bar changes, and his crew chief just came on and said, well, we're all out of work on that track bar. It's as high as it can possibly go.